This video takes you through the updated initiating application and response form and shows you how Family Property can automate the population of these forms using the information in your Matter dashboard.
Now, this is the balance sheet after the parties have filled in the questionnaire or the lawyer has filled in the questionnaire. This will populate into the working balance sheet so that you can model some proposals about the proposed property split. You'll see that the assets have been included with a description of the item, who owns it, and the value that your client says is the value of the item. This slider allows you to set out whether or not the matter should be retained by your client, transferred to the other party, or sold. If you click on these items, you're able to edit this information as required. It's really beneficial that you fill in as much of this information as possible because this will then generate into your relevant court forms. In this circumstance, there is already a proposal entered for the purposes of this demonstration, and it provides for the parties to both retain a property, to divide some money in their bank accounts, that the parties will retain their cars and retain some household contents. And this provides for a 47 to 52 split in Sophia's favour. The reason why it's really important to fill this in is that whatever proposal that you set out in the balance sheet will generate into the initiating application or response, depending on who you are in the court proceedings. If we move on to the parenting tab, this sets out all of the children that have been entered into the questionnaire. The questionnaire allows you not only to enter the children of the relationship or the children to which the dispute relates, but also any other children that live in the home. So we've entered a new feature called the in dispute feature, which you can identify whether who the children are in relation to the dispute, so that it's very clear which children are being discussed for the purposes of the dispute resolution or court proceedings. Now, if we click into one of the children, you can edit the information or set up some parenting arrangements. And so in this, for the purposes of the demonstration, we've put in some orders to allow for the parties to spend alternate weeks and other special occasions, including some changeover. And this, again, if you fill out prior to generating your court forms, will generate some orders into the application or response if that is what you would like to see happen. So if we move to the documents now, you can either access the smart forms through this section here or through this More tab here, which is where you can also access the smart form. So if we do that now, I will launch the initiating application. And what you'll see is a preamble that sets out some important information about the initiating application. And there are links there for your convenience, the pre-action procedure document, and other rules that link to the particular section in the rule that is relevant. If we move down, the drop-down has been updated to include the Federal Circuit and Family Court of Australia. There are less order types to now select in the new court form. If you select the include generated orders, that will include the proposals that I've just shown you. And as we move through, you'll see that the information in the questionnaire has populated into the smart form. There are certain forms that are unique to the smart form, and that this will allow you to enter that information and it will auto save so that you don't lose any of that information. So if we keep going down, you'll see that there's second applicant, there's the details of the respondent, the details of the relationship of the party and the children. Within the children's details, you can identify whether or not this the parenting arrangements are in dispute about this child. If no, then they will not populate into these smart forms. Now what I will do is generate this initiating application. And what you will see is that this is the new form populated with all of the information that is relevant to the smart form from Family Property, including the final orders or proposals that we saw in our parenting tab and in our balance sheet. And if we keep going, you'll see that the document has been populated with the information that was entered into the smart form. Now we will go to the response so that we can quickly show you what that looks like. Now the program will know whether you're the applicant or the respondent by you launching the correct form. So again, the response to the initiating application has a preamble, which has those really important links to the pre-action procedures, including the pre-action procedure brochure for financial cases and pre-action procedure for parenting cases. Again, provides for a link to the rules so that you can easily go to that information. It sets out when you might need to file an affidavit with this form, as well as the fact that it must be filed on all other parties. So if we again move through this response, you'll see that the Federal Circuit and Family Court is there to be selected, and all of the information has again been populated from the questionnaire and balance sheet into this document where it's relevant. And again, I've selected that I want the proposals that I've entered into Family Property to populate into the document. And so as we move through this smart form, you will see that the information has been populated into the smart form. And again, there are some unique fields in this smart form and questions that you'll need to answer and fill in. And again, you'll see at the bottom of the form that there is a link to the Marriage, Families and Separation brochure for your convenience. So let's generate that now. And we'll move it or open it and move it across into the screen so that you can see that. And you'll see here that there's there's the applicant, and then there's the first and second respondents. And again, the document has been populated with the proposals that have been entered into Family Property, as well as the other information that you've entered into the smart form, and that was populated into the smart form by the client or by the lawyer filling in the questionnaire. So if you'd like a demonstration of Family Property, or if you're interested to learn more, please get in contact with us or click on the link in this presentation so that we can organise a demonstration or refresher session for you if you already own Family Property. Thank you very much.